Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mustafa Ghorbani. This is my C# series and today we'll be starting part 3.2, which is if statements, switch and general loops. On our last video we talked about boolean expressions. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch it because it is very important and we will definitely use it in this lesson and in the future. Now enough talking, let's get started with this lesson. First thing we're going to look at is the most basic conditional statement, and it is called if statement. An if statement executes a block of code if the specified condition is true. In C# we write an if statement using the following syntax. Let's say we have string color and the color is blue. Okay. Now we want to say if the color is actually blue, write on our console color is blue. So we write if inside the parentheses, we will write color, and as we learned, equal is like this, is blue. We need braces, and inside here we will write console.writeLine color is blue, right? This code block will execute if only the value of the color is blue, it is equal to blue. If the value is not blue, the program is not gonna even bother to come inside, you know. So if this is true, then do this. Let's print this and see if it will actually return color is blue. As you can see here, and on our console we have color is blue because the color was actually blue. When writing an if statement, make sure you pay attention to the parentheses. We place the boolean expressions that the if statement is evaluating in the parentheses. So here is very important. The next thing is braces. After the boolean expression, we write a set of braces. We'll write the code inside here and it will execute if the boolean expression evaluates to true inside this brace. So if this is true, the program inside here will run. Now let's try another example of if statement. Let me just clear this. Let's say we have let's say we want to wash our socks only if they are more than 3. So basically we want to check if we have more than 3 dirty socks. Then if we have, let's wash them. It's time to wash them. Let me just write it here. If I have more than 3 dirty socks, I need to wash them. Now here, first we need to make a variable socks and see actually how many dirty socks we have. So let's say int socks or dirty socks, whatever, is 6, let's say. Right now we have 6 dirty socks, right? Now in our program, as we said, we want to say if it is more than 3, go wash them. So if the socks are equal or higher than 3, greater than 3, right? So if the socks is equal to higher than 3, this is how we write that, 3. It should write on the console, what should it write? Please go wash. Please wash them. Okay. Now let's run this program and see if it actually will run. And as you can see, since we have more than 3, it will write the code which we wrote inside the if statement. Now let's just make it 3. Let's check it. Still will do it. If we remove this equal here, of course the program is not gonna run because as we talked in the last part, that's a different thing. It does a whole different thing. I'll just keep it here for now. Now, what if we want another set of instructions to execute if the condition is false? So this is already true, right? What if we want the program to continue if this is false? We don't want it to stop. That's when we use if else statements. And if else statement is written like this. Let's just go back to the first first example which we wrote, which was a color, right? We created a string called color. It was blue, if I'm not mistaken. We wrote the if statement. Inside it was, if the color is actually blue, then the program would run console.writeLine color is blue, right? Color is blue. Now, what if the color is not blue? Then what should it do? So that's when we use else, right? Else, do this. We'll say color is not blue. So color is not blue. Now, if we run this, it's gonna go like this. If color here is gonna be true, so this is gonna run. It's not gonna even continue, right? But let's say the color is, let me just run this. Color is blue. Now let's change the color. Let's say the color is red now, right? And run it again. Color is not blue. The program goes here. It says color equal to blue, no, false. Then it goes next, which is which we did it using else, right? Else, then the color is not blue. That's how we use multiple lines to give it different sets of instructions, right? Let's just go through another example, just so you will understand it. And also in this example, let's make it a little bit complicated using logical operators, right? Which we studied in part 3.1. I will just write what we're gonna do here. We are deciding to go, where should we go for lunch? So where should we go for lunch, right? On the next line, if the line isn't long at, let's say, salad mart, right? And what is the long line? It's basically, let's say, 10 people or less, right? If the line isn't long at this salad mart, and let's say, and the weather is good, we'll go here. Now, what if the line is off? Why did I write 0 here? 10 or, right? Now, this is the first. Second, however, if the line is long and the weather is bad, then what should we do? So let's say if the line is long and the weather is bad, excuse this, is bad, then let's go to, then we go to, let's say soup and sandwich, right? So you're trying to go to lunch and your girlfriend doesn't like long lines, right? And she's sensitive for the weather. She says if the line is 10 people or less and the weather is good, we'll go here. But if it's not, then we're gonna go there. How do we write this? First, we need to say how many people are in the line, right? We need to identify this. So int people, we have 12 people. Then we need to also identify the weather, right? So let's say string is the weather, let's say it's also bad. Why am I getting error here? String bad. Because I didn't write the variable name weather. So next, we need to convert this to code. So if people here are less than 10, less than or equal to 10, and the weather is good if the weather is good. So and weather is equal to good. Then console.writeLine. Let's write, what was the name of the restaurant which we wanted to go? Salad Mart, right? Next we have else statement, because if it returns false we need another option, right? Else console.writeLine, we go soup and sandwich. Now if we run this program we should get soup and sandwich. Why? Because we have 12 people and the weather is bad, so the program runs, checks here, people are not less than 10, people are actually 12, so it will return false. The weather is also not good, so it will return false. It's not gonna run this, and then it's gonna go to else, which is gonna run soup and sandwich. Let's run the program and see if it actually works. And as you can see, it does write soup and sandwich here. I hope this is nice and clear, because the next thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna look at else if statements. This was if else statement. Next we're gonna look at else if statement. Let me just remove this again. So as I said, next thing we're gonna look is else if statement, because what if you want to handle multiple conditions and have different things happen each time? Conditional statements can be chained by combining if and else statement into else if. Let me just show you how it is written with an example which we did a little bit before. Let's say we have, let me just write the code again and I'll come back to you guys. So this was the example which we saw a little bit while ago. We said if the color was blue, write this. If it wasn't, write color is not blue, and here it was red, which is gonna give this to us. Now what if we want the program to say if it's not blue and if it's red, right? So we say, okay, it's not blue, but it's red. When it's red, write me something. So here is when we use else if. Inside the parentheses, we write if the color is equal to red. Here I want you to write console.writeLine. Color is red, right? And then next, after this, of course, we can use the else statement which you learned before, and write, let's say console.write no color found, right? Now let's run this program, and before we run it, let's just go through it again. Here we have string color red, right? The program checks. Here it doesn't return true. It's gonna go to the next one. Here it will return true because the color is equal to red here, and it's gonna run this. After that, if this was false, it will continue and go to the next one, but for now it's gonna write this. Let's just check it and see if it actually works. And as you can see, the color is red. Now just to check it again, let's change this to green. Now the color is not blue or red, so it should just ignore this and run us the code inside the else statement. Let's run the program. So no color found, and our code is working fine. Next thing I want to talk about is what if we want to check, like, I don't know, let's say we have a lot of colors. Let's say there is like red, there is yellow, there is black, right? You get my point, I hope. Let's say we have many colors. There's even like more than this, like goes on and on and on and on and on. This makes our code a little bit confusing and also doesn't look so clean. In these cases, we'll write switch statement. And how does that work and how it is written, I'll just show you right now. Let me just remove this first. So first we're gonna create a variable called color, and we're gonna give it a default color. Let's say white, right? Next, we'll write our switch statement. To write that, we just write switch like this, and inside we give the variable, the variable color inside it, and then braces. Then we're not gonna write if statement anymore. We're just gonna write case, and our first case is gonna be blue, let's say, and then don't forget these two. Next, we're gonna say if it is actually blue, in the console write it is blue. It's blue. It is blue, right? Now, for the next, oh, I forgot this, and after this we need to write break, so it will stop if the color is actually blue. Now, next case we have case, the color is red now. If the color is red, console.writeLine, it is red. And we keep going. Let's just remove this here. No, actually keep it here. And next we're gonna write break. Next case is, let's say this is the last one. Let's say case, the color is green. If it is, console.writeLine, it is green. Now on the switch statement, we have something called default, which comes at the end of our switch statement when we finally write all of our cases, and it is just written as default with 2 dots in front of it, and this executes if none of the things which we wrote, none of the cases is true. So if none of these work, then it's gonna come to default and it's gonna execute this, and we can just leave it like this, break, right? It's good to just put an entry here. Now if we run this program, the switch statement is gonna go through and check the color. The color is white here, so it's gonna go blue, no, red, no, green, no. Then it's gonna write the default, which is what? Let's just write here. The color is color not found, right? Now, since none of these is matching with our color variable, this code will run. Now let's print it in the console and check it. And as you can see, since none of those were true, it came to the default and wrote color not found. This is a very useful way to make your code clean and actually make it look nicer using switch statement other than else if statement. I do recommend use this when you can and when you have a choice, because it looks better and it is much easier to read. Now we have covered if statements, else if, and if else statements. Also we learned about switch. I think I'll stop this video here, and this is all it's gonna be for this video. Make sure you understand each one of these statements before moving on to the next part. In the future videos, I'm 100% sure we'll be using these statements more than anything, so get comfortable with them and learn them one by one. I'll leave the documentation for C# for these statements in the description below, just in case you want to go check them out. On the next lesson, we'll cover methods, and we'll hopefully soon work on bigger and more useful projects, hopefully real life projects. If this video was useful, give it a like and make sure you subscribe so you won't miss any of my next videos. And thank you so much for watching.